Heute sind wir in der internationalen Friedensfabrik Wanfried. Ich heiße Wolfgang Lieberknecht und bin der Vorsitzende des Fördervereins zum Aufbau der internationalen Friedensfabrik. Wir wollen hier Kapazitäten schaffen für friedliche Konfliktlösungen. Wir wollen, dass Menschen sich treffen, deutschlandweit, aber auch international, um unsere Länder in Ordnung zu bringen und auch die Welt. Wir haben Riesenherausforderungen, wir haben den Klimawandel, wir haben Ausbreitung von Gewalt und Krieg, wir haben sogar, wenn es ganz schlecht läuft, das Risiko eines Atomkrieges. Und das werden wir nur gemeinsam überwinden können als eine Menschheit. Und wir versuchen, Menschen zusammenzubringen hier. Wir bauen Veranstaltungsräume aus in einer ehemaligen Polstermöbelfabrik, Übernachtungsmöglichkeiten. Und deswegen hatten wir auch die Möglichkeit, jetzt einen Gast hier unterzubringen aus Ghana. Eine Ghanaerin, die jeden Tag seine Frühstückssendung in Ghana verfolgt, denn das kann man weltweit online, hat ihm gesagt, hier, ich bin hier, ich finde euch toll, was ihr macht. Und dann haben die abgesprochen, ob er nicht das erste Mal nach Deutschland und Europa kommen kann, dass er einfach mehr Eindrücke bekommt. In Deutschland sind viele Menschen dagegen, dass wir einfach die Grenzen schließen, wenn Flüchtlinge kommen wollen und die im Mittelmeer ertrinken oder in der Sahara sterben, sondern sie sagen, wir müssen eigentlich die Fluchtursachen beseitigen. Und das sehen wir genauso. Dafür wollen wir eigentlich auch in der Friedensfabrik arbeiten. Und das Land, aus dem Godwin kommt, ist Ghana. Ghana ist ein Land, wo es keinen Krieg gibt, gibt auch keine Diktatur. Trotzdem fliehen ganz viele junge Leute, vor allem, weil sie keinerlei soziale Perspektive haben. Und auch ihre Familien, wie das ihre Verantwortung ist, wenn sie im arbeitsfähigen Alter sind, zu unterstützen und das einfach nicht können. Und obwohl Ghana auch Menschen aufnimmt, viele aus den Ländern tatsächlich, wo die Situation noch viel schlimmer ist in Nachbarländern, ne, da gibt es zum Teil Krieg und da gibt es auch Diktaturen, fliehen viele junge Ghanaer. Und deswegen sollten wir in Deutschland, wenn sich jetzt eine Initiative bildet, die sagt, wir bauen unser Land so auf, dass keiner mehr fliehen muss, dass die jungen Leute hier ihre Perspektiven haben, sollten wir das unterstützen. Und in Deutschland wissen kaum Leute davon. Es wird meistens über Afrika nur berichtet, wenn Sachen schiefgehen. Und dann muss der Westen sozusagen kommen und die zu richten. Dass es aber auch dort Leute gibt und Gruppen, die das selber richten wollen, ja, wird kaum berichtet. Und ich denke, dass, wenn der Westen da interveniert, da nicht immer Menschenrechte als Ziel sind, sondern vielleicht die Kontrolle von Rohstoffen und Märkten, warum man das macht. Und deshalb denke ich, dass es so wichtig ist, dass wir, die wirklich dafür eintreten, die Fluchtursachen zu beseitigen, in Kontakt kommen mit Menschen aus Afrika, die das dort anpacken. Und ich muss tatsächlich sagen, ihr werdet es jetzt mitbekommen, was Godwin und seine Leute, sein Team dorthin gekriegt haben, ist das Beste, was ich beschäftige mich mein Leben lang mit Afrika, was Leute da hinbekommen haben. Die wollen nicht nur, dass eine andere Regierung kommt, sondern wollen die Leute stark machen, dass sie sich ihr Land selbst in die Hand nehmen und ihre Interessen durchsetzen können. Gut, und nun zu Godwin. Ich gehe jetzt ins Englische. Ja. You have been here in Germany, in Wanfried, in the International Peace Factory for 4 weeks. Before you talk about your experience so far, please introduce yourself and your work first, and please explain to us why so many, especially young people, want to leave Ghana, such a resource-rich country. But first about you and your work as a journalist in Ghana.
All right, thank you, Wolfgang. My name is Godwin Kweku Tete Maulepi from Ghana, West Africa. I'm a journalist by profession. I have been working with a couple of teams, my team members in Ghana, and I'm going to mention them in my introduction, but I was born in the eastern part of Ghana, the eastern region, and currently I'm at the Greater Accra region, the capital of Ghana, and that's where I work as a journalist. So I have a team members back in Ghana. I work in a media house a group called Media Journal, and under Media Journal we have other groups under TV stations or radio stations under called TV3, Onuya TV, Onuya FM, but I work at Onuya TV and Onuya FM. I am the executive producer for a breakfast show called Onia Machi. It means good morning in English, but Onia Machi is a tree language in Ghana. And so that's the show I produce. I have presenters. I work with great ones, a couple of them, and my other colleague members. We have a technical team. We have other social media executive and other colleagues that we put work together. When you come to Ghana, we are one of the biggest TV stations in Ghana, and our show is the leading show in Ghana. When you talk about us, we have more than 70% of the population that listens to us every morning. And so we do much. We go into politics, we go into development, we go into agriculture, we go to all sectors of development. We also sometimes visit all the parts, regions of Ghana. We meet the people, we give them the opportunity to talk about issues affecting them in the country. We also sometimes visit individuals, institutions, to reveal issues that are hidden to the public. So in Ghana, our TV station is very recognized, and I have a lot of team members, like I said. I can mention few, like my lead presenter, who is called Captain Smart. He is one famous journalist in Ghana, a very vibrant one, who have faced a lot of challenges because of how our works go, his commitment to truth, and truth to power. So we have had a lot of clashes with the government. The team together have had a lot of clashes with the government, but we keep doing the job for the people, and they are very happy as a people that they follow us. We have more than thousands of people who listen to our show every day. We have people also in the diaspora, Europe, US, and other countries who listens to our show every day. So that's a bit about with my work, and also to add up to that, our station is one station that talks for the people, and so it's one voice that people try to get in touch with because of some of the things we do. We talk about corruption. We talk about how the country is supposed to move forward, looking at what the things we have. And so I think one of your questions is...
yeah, but first, again, short to your person. You are how old and what did you learn?
Okay, so I'm 28 years old, and I did IT as well before entering into media, and to have two combination of this profession and currently in the media landscape, something I really love, and I think I'm excelling in that. When you come to Ghana, I'm the youngest breakfast producer. Producing one of the biggest show in Ghana, and I'm proud of that, with the support of my team members who have been solidly behind me, pushing together, and I think that's with that.
Yeah, but I think without IT, this success would not have been possible. No? Before, you need always an owner who produce your shows, so you are depending on him, and also, this technique gives us totally new chances to reach the people and make much of our own.
Yes, I think my IT background has really helped my work in the media industry, because I had a lot of skills that has helped the team, and meeting my example, my lead presenter. There are lots of things that with the help of IT, we have been able to successfully done a lot, and through that we are able to go through a lot of scopes that I think that has given us a lot of success.
Yeah, if you make your people's assemblies in the country, what are the problems people speak about? And these are sure also the problems why people leave this country.
Okay, so I wanted to come to the migration issue, which is one of our major topics we speak about. When we do, so we have a program called the People Assembly. We go to, Ghana have currently 16 regions. So we go to some of these regions, and then we open a session, a live. We take our cameras, our studio, everything to like one region, and then we assemble the people, no matter the job you do. If you are a marketwoman, you are a businesswoman, you are a teacher, you are a security person, we bring all of them together to have the opportunity to speak to the world, not just Ghana, because there are a lot of challenges that sometimes are covered by government or authorities, to be seen as doing good jobs, and the people suffer behind that. So we give this opportunity to the people to express their grievances. And some of the issues that comes out are poverty, number one. A lot of people in Ghana are facing a lot of financial problems. Some are with jobs, unemployment. Some are also with lack of social welfare. And some are also abused by a lot of, the social system, which can help individuals or human beings to grow. And the reason why we do some of these things is that we believe Ghana is a very rich country. Ghana is a country that can take care of itself and can take care of the world. Ghana can take care of Africa. Ghana can take care of the world. Why do we believe in that? Ghana have a current population about just 33 million above, and we have a lot of natural resources. We have people, everybody say Ghana have a lot of resources, but yeah, that's true. Ghana have a lot of natural resources. We have gold, diamond, talk of timber, talk of salt, talk of oil, crude, and talk of currently, Ghana has discovered lithium, and which is the next generation assets that a country could have. We have a lot of forests reserve as well, which could, that alone, if utilized, each region in Ghana has something unique that can take care of the region and can take care of the country and can take care of the African country and even Europe, because one of the natural resources like cocoa that used to go to other companies in Europe that are being used for chocolates and other things, and even in Ghana people don't see chocolates, and so it's one thing that but Ghana have with producing some of these raw materials which are not even done effective. We believe that if we come together as people to put these things together, find ways, to arrange our production, expand our production and processing, we could feed the population of every region, and that alone could make the country rich, and we can have access to export. So it's something that we have a belief, and the people of Ghana are also ready for that, but we have some challenges that we face because of some are corruption by governments, not just one party, but all the parties that have been in power for a couple of years, over 30 years in Ghana now. Well, they did a bit, but we believe that better things can be done, because the current situation in Ghana is not so good, and that's why a lot of people have been leaving the country. A lot of people are even trying to leave as we speak, and that's why it's good that we can have these international relations, direct channel to the people, where probably there has been procedures, arrangement by government officials that, with international community to see the light to success of some of these things. But we are creating the channel whereby the people can have access to the world region, where we can exchange positivity.
Yeah, we have every day in Germany, every one of us to do with Ghana, but most, they don't know it. No, naturally you get metals, bauxite in aluminium, in many things that are inside, and the cacao. No? We are not producing cacao, it's impossible here. No? But Germany is the one big producer of cacao products. But most people don't know it, that we are depending on work which is done there many times from children even, on the cacao plantations, but till now there is no progress. No? And we have in this world something like national egoism. No? People always think governments, I'm elected here, that the people are well here. So they don't care if I exploit in other countries. Maybe they don't know it. Yeah. So there we need this cooperation that we said, no, we don't want to have to be rich on costs of others. So therefore we need this cooperation that people feel they have the same rights as we have. We are responsible for each other. And this I hope also with your journey and with your talks that many people understand it, yeah, and then you get this human feeling. No, that there should be ways together, not on costs one side, on cost of the others. Yeah, with the raw material, no, what do you have ideas how it can be changed? That these raw materials are there for the life of everyone and not only for a small elite in your country.
Yeah, so before education has been a problem to the people of Ghana, only few have been are being educated, but only few have access to education that can lead to authority in information. Because, like I said before, all the regions in Ghana have something different that it can supply to the world. But because of some kind of information that has been fed to the people by previous authorities or current authorities, and that's few people who sit on these things, these transactions. The people don't know what goes on. The people don't have an account to say that, okay, I come from the eastern region, we supply cocoa. This is the number of tons of cocoa eastern region has been able to supply to the country or has it supplied to Africa or to the world. Then this has not been done for several years. And people even do these things as means of survival, not means of profit. And also, some of these things have been hijacked by, people who have money, because if the government officials who only have the money, and so they decide what money can be used for. A lot of people in these regions could do a lot. We have farmers, like you spoke about cocoa. Currently, we have cocoa farmers who are selling their cocoa lands to illegal miners because they are not getting the needed support they're supposed to get from the government or the subsidies that is being done in other countries that government puts much enough to give to people who are into farming that can boost production. It's surprised to know that some of these government inputs goes to political people who don't really do the job that they're supposed to do. The real farmers don't get the benefit of these things, but political members who are in political parties that are in power, they are people who get those kind of support. And so you realize that the major production that can yield results to these things are not there. And so my team and I, we have put it on ourselves to expose some of these things, and we sometimes visit places where some of these things, and we bring stories out. Yeah.
Yeah, what many people here don't understand, if we don't pay fair prices for the cacao products, that the farmers cut the tropical forest, which is essentially to that our climate will not be destroyed. We can do what we want. If the tropical forests are not, if they are cut, we have no chance to keep a climate where mankind can live in. So that means the following is the cacao farmers get a small price, so they have to produce more. They cut the trees, and this has again an effect on us. So therefore, there's a common interest of mankind that these people get enough income that they can make their living, also in the interest of survival of mankind. And now you spoke about the situation, but with the education, I think is essential. We have one social scientist in Germany, from Germany, Friedrich Engels. He said 100 years ago, if there's only a small group which has the education and the knowledge, and the masses don't have, independent under which branch, always the same will come. A small class which organizes society for themselves and keep the others, exploit the others. And only if the masses get education and understanding, there's a chance to get a social, equal, and a just society. No, therefore, I think you make a very important work, and we do here the same in informing now, that you are here and inform us what's going on in Ghana, so that we know more and find just regulations. So you have seen alone with your reports and the morning show, you can't change the things, because for political change always there is a political force necessary. United people who are united and are really a threat for the privileged, that if they don't change, that people will not tolerate this anymore. Therefore, what I know, you started now an initiative which is not a party initiative, it's a buff party initiative, but basic democratic initiative called Fix the Country. Please tell us how you started it and what they are doing now.
Okay, thank you. I'll go back to some of the comments I make before I come to the Fix the Country, why we decided to start the Fix the Country. I spoke about poverty. I spoke about natural resources that are not much utilized. I spoke about welfare, spoke about jobs and all that. These things has affected the country quite too long. Currently, we have teachers, nurses and doctors, dentists who have completed their schools, but they don't have postings where to work. Some of them move out of the country to go to other means where they can find good jobs to do. We have other, like I said, a cocoa farmer who wants to sell his land to illegal miners because he's not making much from the cocoa farm. We have other farmers who also decide to give their farm out for other things because they can. We have people who decide to go out of business because of the situation in Ghana now. We have decided to put it on ourselves that no, as people, we can do it together. And doing these things does not only involve the government. The government have had its way several years, but nothing has been positive for the people. So looking at all these things, my team and I and other people in the country, we've decided to come together using our platforms to create avenue where we can put the people together. Like I told you earlier on, we are one of the most listened show in Ghana. So we started by inviting people, giving information to the people as to what is going on, corruption issues. We also go to places where we let the people see the reality. So now the people have come together to say that, no, let's come together because there is strength in unity on how we can solve our problems. If it has to do with our leaders, we will change them. If it has to do with our attitude, we will change them. If it has to do with, getting to one sector and say that we want this done, we will do so. And that is where it started. And so we have used our platform and other platforms, which our platform was the major platforms that we used to put the people together. And we had about 10,000 of people who have put themselves into this. When you go to every part of Ghana, we have people who calls, who send messages, who volunteer themselves that they want to be part of this. So this has grown in Ghana from last 3 years to now as I speak with you, and we are ready for change. As people, not to ourselves alone, but to the world. Because if we are able to make usefulness of all these resources that we have, if we are able to make profit, if we are saying that we are exporting cocoa, and we are even able to export cocoa as we're supposed to do, we will be rich. But currently, even price of cocoa, cocoa farms in Ghana are now going off because of these challenges. So Fix the Country came out of these problems, this unemployment, most of the youth in Ghana who completed school, we have thousands of, students who complete schools, both universities, polytechnics, and vocational schools. They've completed school, but they don't have job. So all these things, brought how let's come to fix our country. And it was positive, I can tell you. On my previous and other presentations, or even on our shows, we show how the people have welcomed this. And I can authoritatively tell you here that people have welcomed this. And now we are open as people using our channel, my team and I, to exchange, come to the international world and see how we can have exchange programs, because we live in a global village now. So information, connectivity, working together has gone beyond country borders. It has now become something that can be done even in your room. So we believe that now we can come together, leave the shores, or go on as a country, merge with other countries, positive movements that we can fix these issues. And Fix the Country in Ghana has been very successful, and we are wishing that we can get people from other countries who will join this, not just to solve our problems, but to solve other problems in other countries.
Why I think is a very big hope. If you see your neighbor countries where violence is spreading, even in some, Germany has sent soldiers there, or other international soldiers, to try to keep them, because young people, out of perspectivelessness, they follow them, some extremists, and said we need a violent way. And what is for me very fantastic, that first of all you do it in a peaceful way, you organize the people in the peaceful way and tell them, please don't just put the elite away, you have to try to prepare yourself to take the country in your own hands. And you have to empower yourself. So it's not just changing the leaders, that the people can really care for their own interests and understand. They have to do it. So I think in West Africa, Ghana has the most democratic space there. If you bring things forward, we should very all support you, that from there can be a push for the neighbor countries. So yesterday evening we had a Zoom meeting with people from neighbor countries. So we try even together to develop a network that you exchange your things, and what you have brought forward in Ghana, it can be also inspiration for the neighbor countries. There were people from Benin inside, from Cameroon inside, and we have contacts to other countries. So we hope that in Germany we can support your initiative, because it is also in your own interest. And what is very important, most people, international justice is a human right. But if I understand, in Ghana, I have to work a full year to get even not the amount I get in Germany in 1 month. So this has nothing to do with international justice. I was in Ghana. The poverty, most Germans can't even understand that this is happening, especially if you get a problem, have to go to the health care and don't have money. You die in front of the hospital.
To give you an example of that, we have public figures, celebrities in Ghana who died in hospitals because they got to hospital and there was no oxygen. And this is not a place that is far from, capital, but this is in a capital. And so not just one, we have several cases, individuals, people who could have been saved by common oxygen, or people who could have been saved by common things, that medical care, people lose their lives, the country lose much human resource on such things. And it's one problem we are facing as a country. Poverty, you mentioned, currently Ghana is going through a serious poverty season, that a lot of people are confused, a lot of people don't know what to do, and like you said, a lot of people who are going under minimum wage in Ghana, it's unbelievable. And you ask yourself that why a country which such, the current minimum wage in Ghana is around 14 cedis a day, which is €1, I suppose to. And so you could ask yourself, how can people survive in such community? So my team and I we have put it upon ourselves, and the country have supported this, that we can do this together, because the migration that is happening, that people leaving the country to other countries, Europe and all that, it is not just affecting the other countries, it is affecting Ghana as well, because we have brains, we have hands that can push in the productivity, that can maximize the country's results in terms of export. But all these things are going away. So that is more reason why we want to collaborate with the international community on how, okay, now if you want to travel somewhere, to think that is where it is possible. Now those people are together with you, and then we are solving common issues. And that will be a success, not just for Ghana, but that will be success for both countries. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I see now a very dangerous situation. The rich countries, US and EU, put up the interests of loans, because here we want to fight inflation. But many of the African countries are highly indebted. Now the money flows, the capital out of your countries even to the rich countries, because they get higher interests. And for your debts, you have to pay very high interest. And the same situation you have in the 80s. People could not pay back their debts, but the rich countries, present, you have to pay back your debts, even if you destroy your health system, your education system. We want the money, but first they got high interest because of the high risks to invest in your countries, but now they don't want to take the risks. They want to put it all on you. So therefore, it is very important, because this might escalate. If this even is brought down, it might be big conflicts which might to create a big violence, and then comes back on the whole community. So we have to be very attentive what's going on, and see if not these debts should be really partly cancelled. Most time also it's taken from rich elites who many times have in their pocket, and there are not only this country responsible, because also the people who give it to them, not controlling that it's not used in a proper way. So this challenge, I think, will be very back now and in the next years, and we have to see together how we deal with it, that we doesn't get even not much more cars than we already have.
Okay, so I agree with what you're saying. Currently, Ghana is going through financial difficulties because the engagement with the current finance minister, who has not been performing well for the people. His current engagement with the country's engagement with the IMF currently has put a lot of pressure on the country, a lot of bonds, investment, that people, individuals, pensions, people who are on pensions, and people who have invested in various financial sectors are now having challenges because of this international pressure that is coming on the country. Banks are not able to give loans as they are supposed to give other sectors. So this thing has affected every sector in Ghana as we speak now, which has also caused a lot of inflation in terms of increment in tariffs, increment in all social amenities that people use in their daily lives. And all these things are forced on the people that have the same income, the same people that have no jobs, the same people that are underprivileged on amenities, the same people who don't have hospitals, good hospitals in their community. These same people are the ones taking all this heat. So I wish that, with the international community, together we can find ways to solve some of these things, because it doesn't affect Ghana alone. In reality, somebody would say Ghana is suffering, yes, but in a real look, it boils back to these international countries, because of that we have a lot of people who want to leave the country, a lot of people who will have to use means to survive, a lot of people that were supposed to go into a venture that can increase the country's production for the cocoa that goes into Europe, or the cocoa that goes to other countries that can give us the chocolates, the ice creams, and all that. All these things are being underutilized, or all these things just go away. So I believe that when we come together as international community who would try to genuinely deal with issues and countries, then we can see how to compromise some of this press.
And the next point, we had one famous international activist, Willy Brandt. He was chancellor for some time, but after then he went on north-south. And he said, if the rich world used the money for weapons and wars and spend the money we could use to build up the whole world, if it goes in this way, then we waste the money which could be used to develop a life in dignity for all. And now the rich countries start to invest very much in weapons. They don't solve their conflicts peacefully. The politicians even put oil in the fire to fight who is first in this world, like we had it in the last 100 years, which led to 2 world wars. So, and this is a big problem for the whole world. The energy prices go up, the food prices go up, and the public money is wasted and goes in the pocket of the big firms which are producing weapons. So therefore it is very important we have to press the big powers to solve their conflicts peacefully, or not on the cost of the common people worldwide. Also there we have really to work together. You know, now Brazil recently said, we don't want to be part of this war in Ukraine. We make an initiative now to organize peace. Because this war is on cost of us all, not only the Ukrainians or Russians. So I hope we can support this initiative. But now let's come back to your visit in Germany. You're now here for some weeks. How do you see our country and how do you see the people here?
Okay, so everybody will have their own description. People here will have their own description. But when I came here, one question I keep asking myself, and I've asked my colleagues back in Ghana that, so do our leaders really come here? That's one question I keep asking. And I wish we can have a video that could show some of these things too. It's crazy because I've seen this place. One, it's nice, it's well arranged. This place have its own challenges. Yes, I will not go into that, but I would like to talk from what I see, the difference back in Ghana. So the much development that has gone here, it's something that I really admire a lot. And I mean, in terms of production, in terms of doing something and doing it well, it's something that I've seen here, and I really like it. Here might have its own issues, which I don't want to argue about that. I believe, yes, like Ghana have our problems. There are equal problems here as well. But I believe that here is a very nice place that I keep asking myself, so have our leaders, do they travel to places like this? Why can't we do something like this in our country? It's one question I keep asking myself. And when I go, I'll use this opportunity to tell our people with my team, because it's something we've been saying, but I mean, saying it has changed everything. You know, how people have done something. It's not Germany alone. Other countries in the world also came before some, like Dubai, Qatar and all those. Before they were nothing to talk about. But looking at even the standards of these people, I ask myself, what are our leaders doing? Now we've taken it above our leaders' level. Now we want to do it together. And so I'm happy that we are getting some of these collaborations.
Yeah. So how do you see the people? Are they open to talk with you, to get information from you? We had a meeting in Eschwege, and you met already some people. How do you see it?
Okay, so the people here were very nice to me. I enjoyed my time being here, honestly. There's one thing I've seen, even though people, I don't know if people may have different perspective, but I've seen how people are good to people. How something fall down, and then your friend, your colleague, who is not your family member, who you don't know anywhere will pick it up for you. That's just nice. And how when you want to go and buy something, you are in there's a line, there's a queue. Nobody will say that I know this person, and so I'm going to. But you follow the queue, and the human relation here in terms of how people deal with it's something nice. It's something nice, and I mean the kind of mentality that is here. I really admire it.
Yeah. So what will you take with from here to your home from Germany, and tell the people what will you?
So I have a lot I've seen here that I would take to the people of Ghana, and it's not just maybe what I'm seeing here, but I believe there are going to be more because we are going to have a lot of corporations that we are going to do. How things are managed here, how the system is being arranged, how they go by their things. I mean, the traffic lights, street lights, common social amenities that are in order. And it's something that I think that when we do as a country in Ghana, though we have some of these things in Ghana, but they are in serious issues. So I've seen a lot here that when I go to Ghana, I'll share with my people, like farms here, how the buildings are done here, are constructed, and how, I mean, the work system here is, especially the social system here, is one strong one I can commend. So I think it's good being here.
Okay, yeah. So thank you very much. And what do you hope for the cooperation for the future?
Okay, so I'll use this opportunity to talk about the cooperation very well. I spoke about it when we were having the conversation, but here is the thing. We live in a global village now. It would be nice to see cameraman here in Germany or a cameraman in US working together with a cameraman in Germany, or a cameraman in Germany working together with a cameraman in Ghana, and in exchanging ideas, exchanging developmental ways to, and also even society exchange. It's something that I'm hoping for, especially we Ghana now that we have these major problems. I'm happy to see people like you and other people, good people here I met, that we can have this cooperation to fix our countries, because we all have challenges. You know, Germany here have its own challenges. Ghana, we have our own challenges. So I'm looking for how we can come together as human beings or as people living in this world. Not just Ghana and Germany alone, but Ghana with people in other countries like Italy, France, US, Spain, Canada, and other parts of the world. Also in Africa. And that is what we need to do, because we have Europe, we can have Africa. I mean, coming into one, two. So I want us to have these cooperations where we can easily exchange support to each other, education, and we can production, how we can hold each other's hands and become strong as people. And I think that will bring us peace, I mean, to these countries than protecting itself at one place. But when we come together to solve issues that are worrying both sides, it makes us, I mean, free as people living in this world.
Yeah, today we visit some farms. You will get a lot of impressions. Now we will visit the mayor of this town, Wanfried, then the regional governor next week. Now you will go to some schools. Already in our last meeting was a school class. So I hope you are a person, I think, who can open here the hearts also of people, that they understand we are one and we have to care for each other. This I really believe. And I hope in our region, where the regional newspaper really was engaged, made good articles, And we also came in contact with Diaspora. One of their newspapers wrote about that Africans want to overcome reasons why people have to flee, how we can support them. So I hope in this, both sides, it will really have an impact.
There's one assurance I want to give using this particular platform. When you come to Ghana, the TV station or the media house where I work, we have the opportunity to speak to maximum of Ghanaians. We educate the people on daily basis. My show, for instance, we tell the people the truth, and we tell the truth to power. So something I want to say is that if we have this cooperation with, for example, Germany, I can assure that it is going to reduce this migration thing and a percentage just within a year that it will surprise a lot of people, because we have the masses, we have the people that will understand what we're going. So if Germany is thinking of having a project that will influence the positive life of the people that have been doing well, I know they have been doing a lot, but using our channel, it is going to yield much results, and it's an assurance I want to give. And so I wish we can have this support. I mean, ideas, financial support. It could be education support. It could be or any other ways that we can have this support. It will be very positive to eliminate this migration issue.
No, I see also a very big chance in it. No? Otherwise, the elites speak only among themselves, no? And you can't reach the people. In the other side, with NGOs, yeah, you work most time, but is a minority who can exchange the knowledge and get hope. But here now with you, we also in Germany have a big chance to help to empower the people with the support, and empower us naturally also. That we understand what is going wrong in the international relations and what should be fixed. Yeah, therefore, I have hopefully with our meetings here, you go also to the fire brigade in Wanfried next week. Yeah, you said there is also a big problem, no? That they are reported from a burning where many lost their lives because the fire brigade was not there in time. So this exchange, what we have achieved, and what we can learn from each other, or even to adjust our relationship, should be a big thing. And together we want to bring up a big thing in this year. At the end of the year in Wanfried, we want to start a global network, and we take your name also. Let's fix our countries, let's fix our world, creating dignified life for all, not just for a minority. Yeah, and we hope now to find people in Germany and other countries who said, yes, we take this task, we will unite us, we start now to make Zoom meetings to come in contact, and hope that many, even experts, will join and support these movements to empower us in this world to create a world where we all have a future. The chances are bigger than ever before, the education level is higher than ever before in the whole world. We have this internet, we can get informations which we never got before. And we have countries also like Germany, I think, even the people have some financial capacity they can put in and some time capacity. There are other countries I know, especially in war areas and where you have just to struggle to survive every day. And you have not much capacity to do for the world. And I think in Ghana is also part of your population, which is like this. They have not the time to go invest in education themselves, education in activities. But together we can bring a lot forward. No, so I think your visit here will have a strong impact, and I hope that all people who have seen you, have seen us, that they will join. So then thank you very much for your visit. Today we also thank very much the media work Vera Meissner, that they make this film so that you can make it known, and even you can show the film in Ghana.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to use this to, let our people know how welcoming Germany was to me, and I would like to also use the opportunity to invite everybody on this. It is not selective. We are inviting everybody to join this. This is one world. This is who we are. We are brothers keepers. And so, whether you are an expert in all fields, any field that you think you are, you good, any little support you can get, vice versa, from Ghana or from Germany or from other country. I want to use this opportunity to invite everybody where we can come together to make this world a better place.